welcome to Magic the Amateuring.
That's right. You have found your way to a podcast that is for people learning to play Magic, people returning to the game of Magic, and anyone who likes to listen to Magic.
Yeah, because sometimes the cards speak to you.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, depending on what kind of player you are, maybe the art speaks to you. Maybe the card itself looks at you and starts talking.
Yeah.
In which case, maybe find someone to chat with about that.
Yeah, but in any case, we're glad you're here hanging out with us in my podcast studio.
Absolutely. You know, I'm really surprised that everyone fit in here.
I know.
It's not a particularly big room.
It's a small room.
It is quite a small room. But if
you've
everyone walks in single file, does a lap, and then leaves again, we can get everybody in here.
Yeah, I'm really glad you guys are all sitting on each other's laps. There's a lot of new friends to be made tonight.
Absolutely. And remember that you can always go check out our guests from Magic the Pro the Ring in Maria's bathroom.
Yep. They're hanging out there.
Yep. Whether they chose the sink or the bathtub or just that warm spot by the vent in the floor.
Meghan speaks with the knowledge of a cat.
That's right, you guys. I always know where the vents or the radiators are in a house. Radiators are pretty easy to spot, to be fair.
Well, yeah.
It's like, there's a radiator.
Meghan seeks out the vent. She's kind of like wandering with her hands like, where is it? I know you're in here.
I don't even have to wander or put my hands out. I'm just magnetically attracted
you know where
to
it is?
Exactly. I'm just like, meow.
Like a cat or a Victorian orphan.
What? They didn't have vents.
Well, there were heat sources.
Like stoves?
Have you ever read?
Man. Hey, I have to go find the stove.
Have you ever read The Little Match Girl?
No.
Don't unless you want to cry all night.
I know the story, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a known story.
It is known.
What mofo wrote the first version of that?
I don't know.
I wonder.
Sadist.
Probably.
Oh, anyway.
Definitely.
Speaking of depressing children's books.
Charles Dickens? Arguably not children's books. Okay, I see your point. Anyways, you were saying.
Yeah, anyway, well, there's a lot of them. Like, think about them. Like, who wrote Old Yeller? What the fuck's your problem?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Or like Where the Red Fern Grows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even Hatchet.
Oh, yeah, like Hatchet's
That's a good
actually
book.
really good.
It's a great book, but it's very disturbing, too.
Oh, man, did you ever read Walk Two Moons?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it about somebody who moons and somebody who walks on their butts?
No.
Okay, well, I tried.
Point is, sad books.
Anyway, this show is not sad. This show is full of joy.
What's the one that makes everyone sad?
Meghan, I was moving on.
What's that book that I'm thinking of? But what's that book that I'm
Bible?
thinking of? What? Look, it really just depends on who you are, how the Bible makes you feel.
That's true. The book that makes
what's
everyone
the one that
sad?
I'm thinking of? Yes, that
you
everyone's
have to give
just
me
like
a clue.
It's a book that you have to read in school. Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, moving on.
Yeah,
nailed
true.
it.
Anyway, happy show.
Yeah,
happy thoughts. Everybody, clap your hands so we don't die.
We're like Tinkerbell.
Yep.
We need your applause and laughter to keep living.
The thing is, a lot of great Magic news has been released within the past couple of days, so we actually legitimately aren't lying to you. We do have a happy show.
We really do. It's been released on, by words. It's been released on the internet. It's been released by people's mouths.
Yep. And we're going to tell you all about it on today's show because coming up, we're going to discuss a lot of stuff, including the Gauntlet, the Pro Tour Gauntlet.
Absolutely.
Shadows over Innistrad. We have some spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some news about Eternal Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And For the Noobs coming up that I'm really excited about. It's my favorite For the Noobs.
It's going to get real silly real fast. That laugh is creepy. That laugh is super creepy.
For the Noobs, Oracle text.
Hey everybody, did you know that Magic cards weren't always as eloquently worded as they are now?
It's true.
That may seem surprising to you when you think about cards that already do have a lot of text on them. Because we do have those.
Yep.
But it's like when someone started writing Magic cards way back during the dawn of Magic.
They didn't know there was
how to write. They didn't know how to write.
That's not what I was going to say. I was gonna say they didn't know that this game would be so big and that would continue and new sets would be printed and they'd have to think about, oh, wait a second, there's a lot of people who could misinterpret these words and like, I mean, think about it.
Well, to be fair, the first way that they tried to make sure no one would misinterpret something was by writing excessive numbers of sentences about that one rule interaction.
They were worried. But really, I mean, like, if you think about it, somebody can take something you say so incorrectly so easily.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm always misheard.
Yeah.
I can't count the number of times that I've been like, hey, how's it going? And the other person has slapped me.
Yeah, well, that's just because of your face.
Oh, never mind.
So Oracle text, like, yeah, if you go back and read old cards, they are very strangely worded because they came out before there's kind of a standardized way that people wrote on magic cards.
Exactly. Like back in the day, there was no such thing as exile. You couldn't just say exile a card and everyone's like, hey, I know what that means.
No, there was no word for it. So they had a convoluted way of saying it. Remove from the game.
Yes. And lots of other ways to make sure that you knew you couldn't get it back.
Yeah. And like there was another word, buried.
Oh yeah.
Bury a card. Which I think meant put it on the bottom of your deck.
No, it just meant put it in the graveyard.
Oh, so that was just like put it in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense, but
yeah. No, it just means it dies.
Oh, okay.
Bury it.
Bury it.
It's dead.
And like lifelink didn't used to be a word?
No, it would just when this creature deals damage, you gain that much life.
Yeah, so we're going to talk...
Which is actually super cool, sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's why you end up with a card like Spirit Link and also other life gain cards in a deck like Boggles because you can actually get essentially double lifelink.
Yeah.
Because they're two different, like the first one's not a word. Soul, is it Spirit Link? Spirit Link doesn't have lifelink on it. It has the old version of it. And so you put that on a creature and then you also put lifelink on a creature and you're getting both instances because they don't overlap. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the old version of lifelink reads, whenever enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life.
Yeah, and those two things don't overlap.
That's so weird.
Isn't it awesome?
Oh, it's great.
So cool.
Boggles, am I right?
No, you're wrong.
Okay. I didn't see any Boggles at the Pro Tour. I was mightily disappointed. I really actually wonder if a single person was playing Boggles.
I'm sure someone was.
Oh, man. I want to find out.
There's 400 people there.
Who's that hero? Who's the hero?
If you know the hero who is playing Boggles, let us know.
Let me know. I'd like to send him or her a card.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, cards were worded strangely back in the day because they didn't have a standard language that they went by. They're still developing new language as we move forward. But you can,
like menace? That's a new word.
Yep, that's a new word. Prowess.
Yeah. Well, prowess is a new mechanic. Menace is a new word that explains something we've been doing for a long time.
Sure.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so we can go back and read some of these old cards, and it's quite funny in some cases. But the thing that you can do as well, which is handy to know about Oracle text, is if you're playing a game of Magic against somebody and they've got a really old card and you read it and you're just like, what does that mean? You can always call a judge over and ask them for the Oracle reading, and they will tell you what the updated text would say. And the same goes for foreign language cards. That's just a quick, the more you know right there.
Pretty sweet.
Okay, so let's read some of these bad boys.
All right.
This is the card that inspired it all for me. It's a classic card, Atog.
Atog.
Etaga. I heard tale that this was just the scrambled letters of goat.
What? I mean, it is.
But I think...
I mean, that's not a tail. It literally spells goat if you rearrange it.
I'm saying that it was on purpose, Megan. Atog is 1 and a red for a 1/2. Summon Atog. Yeah, cards used to say summon on them because you didn't. I mean,
creatures used to say summon.
Summon. There you go.
Because you were summoning the creature.
I mean, it just told you what you were doing.
Summoning sickness because it's a real ill from when you summoned it.
All right, this is how it reads. Sorry, everybody, your ears are about to bleed. 0: +2/+2 until end of turn. Each time you use this ability, you must choose one of your artifacts in play and place it in the graveyard. This artifact cannot be one that is already on its way to the graveyard, and artifact creatures killed this way may not be regenerated. I just died when I read on its way to the graveyard. Just like it's like, I'm on my way to the graveyard.
So what it means is like you can't like sack the same artifact multiple times is what it's trying to circumvent you from doing. So you could be like, oh, I'll sacrifice this pithing needle and then I'll sacrifice it again because it's only on its way to the graveyard.
The thing is that the updated Oracle text reads, sacrifice an artifact, ATOG gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Because now it's like universally known in the rules of Magic that you cannot just sack something over and over again.
Yeah.
But I guess back then people would have been like, hey, you didn't tell me.
Exactly. It wasn't in the graveyard. It says to put the artifact in the graveyard and it's not there yet. So
it's still kind of like hanging out.
It's on its way.
I tweeted this card out and a couple of listeners responded with, in a way, aren't we all on our way to the graveyard?
Dark.
So dark,
everybody.
Anyway, they also responded with some cards of their own, which I'm going to read now, which have unique Oracle texts. All right, here we go. Staff of Zegon. Well, what a name. 4 colorless mana. It is a mono artifact.
Yeah, that's Zegon's staff.
What are you giggling about?
I mean, look at the art.
Oh, yeah. It is large. It's also a mono artifact. So does it have the kissing disease? Megan, did you ever have mono?
I don't think so, but we didn't really believe in doctors, so.
Are you what?
What?
Are you a religion that doesn't believe in doctors?
No, we just didn't really do that.
What?
We just didn't really do that.
Okay. I'm going to keep reading this. 3 colorless mana, I can't even read it. I'm catching mono. Okay. Target creature loses -2, -0 until end of turn. Creatures with no power less than 1 deal no damage. Oh, wait. Creatures with power less than 1 deal no damage.
I mean, yes.
I mean, that's just a fact.
Factual.
The Oracle text is 3, tap. Target creature gets -2, -0 until end of turn. But I also think it's strange
that
just
cut the line about creatures with power less than 1 deal no damage.
Like, target creature loses -2, -0. That's a weird way to put that.
Look, it just misplaced it.
It's like, where to go?
Oh, man. You know, sometimes my arms are super strong, but sometimes I misplace them.
I get it. Here's my personal favorite, maybe. Rock Hydra. X, red. Summon Hydra. Put X +1/+1 counters, parentheses, heads, on Hydra. Each point of damage Hydra suffers destroys 1 head unless R is spent. During upkeep, new heads may be grown for RRR apiece.
Wow.
That is a 0/0. Yeah, that's
So it's just counters, but for some reason someone was like, let's make this really flavorful in the rules portion.
Yeah.
And let everybody know that they're heads because we're clever.
Yeah, the Oracle text obviously is much the same other than the fact that it does not call them heads. All right, here's one that the professor posted today, which I thought was kind of cool. Oubliette. 1 black.
Oubliette.
French.
Oubliette.
Select a creature in play.
Oubliette.
That's not how you say it.
Are you sure?
Do you want to know a story from the Pro Tour?
Sure.
Which this is reminding me of. So I was playing in a coverage draft versus Tim Willoughby, and we decided somehow between the two of us that we were going to play completely in French. The problem is neither of us speaks French very well.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the end of that story. It was terrible.
All right.
Ellen Bergeau's ears were probably bleeding. I'm going to take my microphone. Oh, no, I can't. It's too small. The cord's too short.
Is there something wrong with your ears?
Why?
This is the second time you've referenced bleeding ears this podcast.
Did I say it before?
Yeah, you sure did.
When did I say it?
Are you a robot?
Beep, boop, beep.
That was too long of a pause, Maria.
I legitimately do not remember me saying that I have bleeding ears.
It was just right before. It was when you started reading the first one that we were going to read.
You're right.
The Attig, the goat.
Huh. Interesting. Does not compute. Okay. Oubliette. Select a creature in play when Oubliette is cast. That creature is considered out of play as long as Oubliette is in play. Hence, the creature cannot be the target of spells and cannot receive damage. Use special powers, attack, or defend. All counters and enchantments on the creature remain, but are also out of play. If Oubliette is removed, creature returns to play tapped. Holy balls.
Wow. Interestingly, the creature keeps its counters.
Yeah.
which is super interesting.
I know, and the Oracle text has to talk about that because normally it would not keep them.
Because normally they would lose all that stuff.
So the Oracle text reads, when Oubliette enters the battlefield, exile, there it is, target creature and all auras attached to it. Note the number and kind of counters that were on that creature. So yeah, it had to say it.
It has to like go into all of this explanation.
Weird.
Like, ugh. It's too bad it can't just be like, Oubliette exiles target creature, our bad on the rest.
Yeah. Our bad, whoops, we should have never printed that.
My bad.
Apparently, this is a card that gets play. So, they're hoping for a reprint in Eternal Masters.
What?
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think it might be in Pauper. I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah, all right. This one is many people's favorite Magic card ever printed.
Really?
Yes.
How many people?
I don't know, but it's maybe 5.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's more than one.
Floral Spasm.
Yep.
It's a 2/2, 3 and a green. Summon Spasm. Okay, I'll just let that sink in that's what that card says. Anyway, if Floral Spasm attacks an opponent and is not blocked, then Floral Spasm may choose to destroy a target artifact under that opponent's control and deal no damage. Floral Spasm, the only sentient Magic card.
What? There has to be another one.
I don't know of one.
Maybe
there is, but Floral Spasm chooses. I mean,
you have to ask it.
Judge,
my card isn't choosing. My card won't pick.
The Oracle
Maria,
text. What?
Really? Aren't we all just summoning Spasm?
I mean, if you're lucky.
Keep reading.
Okay, Oracle text. Whenever Floral Spasm attacks and isn't blocked, you may destroy target artifact defending player controls. If you do, Floral Spasm assigns no combat damage this turn. Yeah.
That makes a lot of
sense. So
sense.
it's taking the power out of the Spasm's hands and into yours.
Putting it in yours.
Don't ever let me say Spasm hands again.
Nope.
Meghan, I have Spasm hands.
No, you said not to say it again.
Meghan just hit me.
Well, you told me, I don't know how else to prevent you from saying it.
We have an abusive relationship.
Yeah, you ask me to do things that then I can't enforce.
Yeah, it's true.
Hurtful.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Anyway, that's Oracle text. If you have your own favorite Oracle cards, please tweet them at us at MTAcast. I love to read them. It's maybe one of my favorite ways to get a chuckle during my day, is to look at some old Oracle text. So,
my favorite way to get a chuckle during the day is to eat Chuckles. It's a candy.
A terrible, terrible candy.
It really is.
It's the worst gross candy.
Hey, everybody.
Magic news.
Do you remember Modern Masters? Do you remember Modern Masters 2015?
Yeah.
Do you remember Vintage Masters available only on Magic Online?
Giving me time to respond.
Maria.
What?
There's going to be more Masters.
What? How many Masters can there be? At what point does the word Master stop meaning anything?
You know what? I don't know. That's a difficult line to parse.
Yeah.
But Maria.
What?
There's going to be Eternal Masters.
What?
I know.
Eternal Masters of the Spotless Mind?
Yes. It's going to be a Jim Carrey themed set.
I would play that set. There'd be a rhino in it, but Jim Carrey would be coming out of its butt.
What? Does that happen in Ace Ventura?
Yeah, he hides inside like a fake rhino costume or whatever, and he comes like naked because it's so hot in there out of the rhino's butthole, and the family is like, oh my god, as they're watching him do it.
I don't know that I've seen that movie in like a decade.
That is easily the funniest part of that movie.
I feel like okay, what is your like number one Jim Carrey work?
Oh, Liar Liar for sure.
Oh man. Like what if it's The Mask?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't remember The Mask well enough.
Mine is The Mask.
But I've seen Liar Liar a quadzillion times.
What other films has he done? I feel like I'm discrediting his filmography right now because I'm only thinking of
The Truman Show.
Oh man, maybe I would pick The Truman Show.
It's a great movie.
It is a good movie.
Man, we should watch all of Jim Carrey's movies.
We could probably skip some.
Okay. Oh, now I want to watch The Mask because I don't remember it was any good.
I mean, I think it's a Jim Carrey film.
Yeah.
It's like a Jim Carrey vehicle film. That's how we should determine that. Anyways, point is, Eternal Masters.
Eternal Masters.
That's right. It's going to focus mostly on pre-modern cards.
What?
Yeah, man.
Do you mean cards that were printed before in the 1950s?
Yes.
Postmodern.
There's
We're in
like
the postmodern era.
exactly. No, this is pre-modern. No, it means there's the sets that are legal and modern, and this will come before that.
Oh, so this is cards that will be legal in like
legacy and vintage. Exactly.
And also modern BTW, but it's focusing more on those older cards.
Wait, no, it comes before modern.
What did I say?
You said it'll be legal in modern.
There'll be cards that'll be legal in modern.
Yes, but not as many.
Not
the focus is on pre-modern cards.
So a couple of cards were spoiled from it, which people got very excited about.
Yes.
Including Force of Will with beautiful new art by Therese Nielsen.
It's amazing art. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Therese did this Birds of Paradise we have on our wall back here.
Look at that sweet bird.
That bird's sweet.
It's a good bird.
Anyway, this art also
not
sweet.
everything could replace that peacock that you only ever saw the tail feathers of in our first videos. But this bird does it.
Great. And also Wasteland.
Wasteland?
Wasteland.
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 What? Wasteland.
Wasteland.
Wast-eland. Wast-eland.
The new art features a crumbling city of brass.
Ooh.
Or was it a crumbling city of ass? We'll never know.
I mean, I feel like it went from being a city of brass to being a city of ass.
Yeah. So those are two powerful cards that people will definitely want to get their dirty little mitts on. Sorry,
or their clean hands. Depending on which ones you play Magic with, dirty mitts or clean hands. You can touch these cards with either.
Yes, as long as you have a crisp $10 bill to pay for one of these packs.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
Did you say $10?
I sure did.
So, Maria, there has been a little bit of a ruckus because people were thinking, hey,
there's always a ruckus.
There's always a ruckus. It's like we're living in the Wild West and we're all sheriffs and there's always trouble coming into town.
Yeah.
Because people were like, this seems like a perfect GP opportunity. And they're like, there's not a Grand Prix associated with it.
Yeah.
But there will be side events at Grand Prix and that sort of thing.
So, yeah, you'll also be able to play like a PPTQ.
Exactly.
If any store is crazy enough to do that.
Oh, snap. I'm sure they will.
That's going to be $60 PPTQ.
Yeah, but people would play it.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine those decks?
No, I literally can't.
Since they're not doing a GP, like now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, would those decks be just like crazy powerful? I don't know.
I have no idea. I mean, there's still going to be, like when they did Vintage Masters, there was lots of really crazy powerful cards in that and lots of crazy powerful strategies. But like a lot of the, maybe you have 5 cards that are crazy insane, but you're also going to have, 18, 17 cards that are, limited cards.
Yeah. And this was designed as a set to be drafted. So I'm very excited about that.
Hopefully it's going to be sweet.
Modern Masters, its first iteration, was my favorite set to draft. So I'm really excited. I'm also not looking forward to being Force of Willed out of absolutely nowhere.
Oh, man.
Because you can't see that card coming.
I'm really looking forward to Force of Willing.
Meghan?
Someone out of absolutely nowhere.
You know what? You will get a Force of Will, too, because you've pulled 2 expeditions. I pulled 0, and you'll pull a Force of Will, and then you'll be like, Force of Will, blue card, deal with it, Maria. And I'll just be like, cry, cry, cry.
Maria, technically it's card disadvantage.
I guess so.
I mean...
So don't play it? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not telling you not to play it.
I mean, in draft,
no.
Is it the right decision to not play Force of Will?
What? No, because you play Force of Will in Cube.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But all of your cards are good in Cube. Anyway, this new Force of Will art is sick, and the lady has really killer fingernails.
Yeah. I mean, she's obviously manicuring.
Yeah, she is big time. Anyway, so yeah, that's Eternal Masters, and it's going to be released on June 10th.
Ooh.
So I'm really excited.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
More news for you now, Megan.
What? I just feel like there's a news train and I got hit by it once and now it just keeps rolling over me.
You shouldn't have tied yourself to the tracks.
Arguably I shouldn't have.
But I'm an adrenaline junkie.
That's a fair point. But you know what? Sometimes you just need a thrill, and sometimes the only way to get that thrill is by standing in front of a moving train.
Can you imagine how deep your life must have sunk if the only way you can get a thrill is by tying yourself to some train type
Okay,
tracks?
but you'd have to like leave yourself free to untie it. So like your thrill is
getting
like,
out in time.
Challenging yourself to get out in time.
Some weird sex shit. Anyway.
That's really dark.
So, Shadows over Innistrad has been announced, as we know, as has Eldritch Moon, which we talked about.
Oh, that's right. Spooky Moon.
Spooky Moon, which we are now calling it.
Please, from here on out, do not call it Eldritch Moon. Call it Spooky Moon.
Because we looked up Eldritch, and it basically meant spooky.
Yeah, basically.
So Shadows over Innistrad, returning to Innistrad, as we know. We've got a peek at some of the cards from that set. There was a big, I don't want to say spoiler, but there was a big leak for the set. But Megan and I are not referring...
Not a huge one.
Yeah,
not a medium-sized.
We're not going to talk about those cards because I think it's more fun to wait until they're officially released in spoiler season. But there were a few cards released that are going to be part of Dual Deck's Blessed versus Cursed.
Blessed versus Cursed.
So before we get into this, I wanted Megan to regale us all with the story of Innistrad, since we're going to be going back there.
Oh man, so it's totally crazy, right? For a long time, there were all of these like humans, and they were all they were like zombies and werewolves and vampires running around. And the humans were like, they had their faith, and Avacyn was central to their faith, but then Avacyn disappeared, and all of a sudden the humans were like losing pretty hardcore because Avacyn was locked in the Hell Vault with Gristlebrand for a long time.
Hell Vault? That sounds like something from Buffy.
Helvault.
Oh, okay.
Just one L. Okay. But anyways, Avacyn was locked in this Hell Vault. And people don't the people of Innistrad, I think, didn't necessarily know what happened, but what happened was that Liliana was looking for Gristlebrand to murder him. So she just cracked open the Hell Vault and murdered Gristlebrand, and then Avacyn got out. And then Avacyn helped restore the balance. And so but what's kind of creepy is that actually Soren Markov, who we know is on Innistrad, is of the very old Markov vampire household.
Oh, that's fancy.
I know, right? So he's a very old vampire, and he realized, he was like, oh my goodness, blood, when the vampires are too much in control and there's too much bloodlust and they're eating people left and right, their power kind of wanes.
What? Because they're just fat and happy.
Exactly. Yeah, they're just. I don't know exactly how that works, but they're it's basically they're overgrazing a field. Except the field is people and the cows are vampires.
You're like a baby, I'm like a cat. When we are happy, we both get fat. Name that song.
I won't.
You can't. It's an old deep cut of Bare Naked Ladies. Cheers to anybody who recognized that. You're my new best friend.
So anyways, what's actually really creepy, and what most people don't know, but some guy who's in charge of reading all these religious records knows, is that Avacyn was actually a creation. Markov got, I don't know, some dark magic help. I'm not super clear on this part. I don't remember. But essentially, Avacyn is a creation of the Markovs to help keep the people, bolster the people. But so that the vampires can keep, she's never going to help the people win.
Oh my God, that's sick.
So she's essentially helping the people stay alive so that the vampires can continue feeding on them, which is pretty messed up. So the way Avacyn works is that her power wanes as people get stronger. So if humans are doing really great, Avacyn actually isn't super powerful.
So she's
so
not.
That there's some balance.
She's just a vampire creation. She's not real.
Yeah, but I don't know who knows that.
Oh.
Because she is a real angel, She is real.
But she doesn't know.
I don't know if she knows that she's a creation.
So I don't want to give any Buffy spoilers, but I was making a parallel. Do you know?
Yeah, no. Wait, yes. I totally know the parallel that you're making.
But yeah.
Anyways, so that's the part that I recently found out about that I thought was super crazy, which is that Avacyn is actually just this creation that is pretty disgusting when you think about it, because she's basically there to make sure that the vampires don't run out of food by helping the people become stronger if they're overhunted.
That's weird,
right?
Anyway,
dark shit.
So there's a lot of
did a lot of other good things. There are lots of curses that she helped lift, and other
her
stuff.
hair looks great.
Yeah, she's an angel. She's cool. She came back, and apparently when she was gone, all the other angels were depressed and not really doing a lot.
Well, you know how it is when your boss is out. You're just like,
I'm not going to do anything.
I'm not going to do anything at work. Man.
All of these people are getting eaten by werewolves and vampires.
Maybe I'll
go
to the vending
Where's
machine.
Avacyn?
A lot of speculation has been happening as to what's going to happen when we return to Innistrad. Why are these shadows over it? Some people are speculating that Emrakul is going to be there.
Yes.
Some people are speculating that the angels have turned bad.
Yeah.
Which I think would be really cool. We talked about that on the show.
That would be way cooler than like I think like lassoing Emrakul in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. Even though I love Emrakul, so
yes, I agree. We can all agree that Emrakul is great, but let's save her for later.
All right. So anyway, dual decks. Let's talk about some of these spoilers.
Yeah, man.
So I'm going to go to one first that has a new sort of like keyword on it.
Ooh, let's hear it, bro.
So I don't know if this is if this was an original Innistrad or not. Delirium.
I don't think it was.
Delirium. Okay, so here's one card which has the most disgusting art. Tooth Collector.
Gross, and the most disgusting name.
Sick. 2 and a black for 3/2. Human rogue. When Tooth Collector enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Delirium. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, target creature that player controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn.
Ooh.
Here's another example of Delirium card, Topplegeist.
This is my favorite. It's literally just a ghost that knocks shit over.
It's great.
Topplegeist.
It's so great. White, 1/1, Spirit Flying. When Topplegeist enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. Delirium. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, tap target creature that player controls. So Black-White seems to have some graveyard stuff going on here.
Well, I also know that blue has Delirium cards in it.
Oh, does it as well?
Yeah, it totally does.
Oh.
So, and it's also really interesting, like, getting 4 different card types in your graveyard in limited, it's going to be kind of difficult.
That is very hard.
But in standard, I feel like there might be some brews coming on.
This is a blue card, which I think gives us a hint as to what may be coming.
Ooh.
Compelling Deterrence. 1 and a blue for an instant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then, that player discards a card if you control a zombie.
Interesting.
Blue zombies. Blue zombies, everybody.
Zombies.
Because there's another...
been blue zombies before.
Yep. Blue-black Diregraph Captain. 1 blue-black 2/2. Zombie. Death Touch. Other zombies you
soldier.
Control, other zombie creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever another zombie you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life. So that's blue-black zombie.
Zombie tribal.
That'll be fun.
Very cool.
Ooh, I love it.
My, oh my.
Megan, what do you think about this card, okay? Question.
I don't know. Tell me about it.
Pore over the pages.
I already like it. It's book themed.
3 blue. Sorcery. Draw 3 cards. Untap up to 2 lands.
Wait, draw 3 cards? I'm in.
I'm not done.
You can stop reading. I'm good though.
Okay. Untap up to 2 lands, then discard a card.
I mean, I wish it just said draw 3 cards.
Yeah, isn't this, what was it? That 3 blue for draw 3.
Eugene's Insight Jace's Ingenuity.
Yeah.
Jace's Ingenuity.
Oh, that's right. Jace's Ingenuity. I've said it wrong like that before on the show.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good, though.
Look, everyone knows that he just has a little internal diva. It's just waiting to come out.
Do you want to hear a mythic, Megan?
Yes. Tell me a mythic, Maria.
Mind Rack Demon.
Ooh.
2 black for a 4/5 flying trample demon. It is Flample. When Mind Wreck Demon enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Delirium! At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 4 life unless there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard.
Oh my.
Yikes. This is going to be tough. Like, what do you get? Instant sorcery, creature, does land count?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Enchantment.
Equipment.
Oh, yeah, artifact. Oh, artifact is totally one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Staple.
This is one, there's going to be human theme. There was a human theme to the first Innistrad. Humans mattered.
Well, you have to have the humans.
Yeah, because they're the main, you want them to win.
Vampires are eating them.
Captain of the Mists, 2 and a blue for 2/3. It is a rare. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, untap Captain of the Mists.
Oh, very cool.
1 and a blue tap. You may tap or untap target permanent.
My, oh my. He's just a manipulator.
Good. Yeah. Seems good.
Like you, when you ask me to not let you say something, you get mad at me when I try and enforce it.
Okay.
You're just a what's-his-face captain.
Oh, this guy? Captain of the Mists?
Yeah, you're such a captain of the mists.
That's a pretty weak insult.
I mean, you're a good card, but you're pretty mean.
If I was farting a lot, you could call me Captain of the Mists. I would take that.
No, don't.
Anyway, I'm excited by what I've seen here because this is all very synergistic.
Yeah,
what we've seen. There's also flavor text on 4 of the pages, Megan.
Ooh, what does it say?
I'm certain that the fate of Markov Manor is connected to these cryptoliths. This Tamio was onto something.
Ooh, Tamio. I would love to see Tamio.
Do you think she's back?
I don't know.
With that kind of flavor text, it makes me think that she is.
On Innistrad, what's she doing?
I don't know.
She's she's checking in on Soren, just being like, hey, bro, you don't seem like good news.
What vampire does seem like good news?
Are you telling me that you're of there's no good vampires except dead vampires theory?
No, actually, I love vampires. You know, if I think I was a vampire for Halloween a number of times.
Really?
Yeah. But not more than I was a jester. I was a jester for Halloween an absurd number of times growing up. I had the cute little jester hat.
You were a jester an absurd number of times.
Oh,
snap!
I didn't even realize what I did there.
Wordplay.
So anyway, there you go. That's some news for you. A lot of exciting things to watch out for coming up in the magic future.
Absolutely. You know, always be checking behind your back because you don't want this cool shit to sneak up on you.
Boo, I'm cool shit.
Ah! God damn it, cool shit. Why is this the episode of Maria's awful laughs?
Magic Online Gauntlets.
Hey everybody, there's a sweet new thing that's up only through this Wednesday called the Pro Tour Gauntlet.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
Absolutely. What has it been thrown down by? Hands. What were those hands holding?
A gauntlet.
Decks that went 8 and 2 or better.
Yeah.
And so what you basically do is you enter into the gauntlet. It's Swiss. It's a Swiss 8-man, and then you get randomly assigned one of these decks that went 8-2 or better.
Yeah, I think there's 12 or so decks.
Yes.
That you can be assigned.
Although, Maria,
what?
Interestingly, it's not every single deck that went 8 and 2 or better.
No, it is not.
Do you know what they omitted?
Yeah, Lantern.
They omitted Lantern.
Of course they did. That deck
Why
is
would
ridiculous.
You do that?
It is no fun to play. It is no fun to play against.
What? Yes,
and it is a pile
of... It's amazing. It's a pile of amazing artifacts.
Anyway,
it's beautiful.
You can't play that deck, thank God.
Beautiful and wonderful.
But you can play, like, Tao's deck is on there.
Yep.
You can play
many
LSV's deck.
Eldrazi decks are on there.
The Channel Fireball deck, I should say, face-to-face games deck is on there.
Mm-hmm. There's the Jeskai, Restoration Angel Kiki Jiki combo deck.
Yeah, I played that one time.
Deck.
That was a fun one.
There is the Infinite Life combo, I believe is in there. There's Jund. Yeah.
There's tokens.
There's black, white, red tokens.
Burnish,
pretty sweet.
Kind of.
Really?
I don't know if it was really burn, but it was a lot of burn spells.
Well, then we'll call it burn.
Okay.
They also have creatures. They have like goblin guides.
Yeah.
Monastery Swift Spears. That's still burn.
So yeah, there's a really fun mix of decks, and you could get the same deck twice. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's random, and other people, like, it's randomly assigned per person.
Yeah.
So you might play against someone who has the same deck as you.
What would you do if you played a gauntlet and everybody had the same deck?
I would scream.
What would the chances be?
I can't mathematically
Somebody
calculate
do
that.
the math on
Someone
that.
do the math on what the probability of all 8 people having the same deck is.
Oh man, it's gonna be so low.
I've heard that it's been super popular too. Someone was saying that like a ton of them fired the first time that the event was available.
It's great because you don't need to own any of these cards. It's a phantom event. You just get to play with the most powerful decks that the pros have put together, test drive them, perhaps, buy into them if it's
like
something you like.
Cheese sampling.
Or else get out and never play that deck ever again.
Oh, is that goat cheese? Fuck that.
Ugh.
Not going back there.
Is that blue cheese?
No, thank you.
Good night. Is that feta cheese? Yes, I'll stay in.
Really?
You don't like feta?
I'm like fine.
Who are you?
I'm really glad that we agree about blue cheese though.
Yeah, blue cheese.
I feel
is
like
the
too
worst.
many people try and convince me that blue cheese is good, and I'm like, listen, bro.
No, it's not.
If I fucking liked blue cheese, I would eat it. Don't try and tell me about how it's great.
Don't you love people who try and convince you that foods are good?
Yes, and you're like, I don't believe this. Maria, do you know what my eternal argument with the world is?
What?
Literally the world. Hazelnuts are gross.
Yeah, I know this one.
Hazelnuts are so gross.
But this is a thing, like, you can't logic me into liking the food that you...
No, you certainly can't.
But here's my thing
Maria,
against the world.
logically, blue cheese is good.
Yuck.
What's your thing?
You know it, too. It's that I prefer single stuff Oreos. I don't want your double stuff nonsense. It's too much stuff, not enough cook.
Don't ever call them that again. Like it sounds vaguely insulting. I feel like it sounds like a racist slur to say cook.
Why?
I don't know.
That is a word for somebody who cooks.
Yeah, but when you say it cook, I just hear it with a K on each side.
Oh, like kook?
Yes.
That's not a slur.
I just feel weird about it.
Megan's on tenterhooks over here.
Like, I'm just saying.
Anyway, yeah, go check it out if you haven't on Magic Online. It's 8 tickets to enter, and it's a great time. It's
so much fun. I super recommend it. It's just a great time. I'm really sad that it's not up for longer because I would play so many of these.
Well, maybe they'll do it for the Pro Tours of the future.
Yeah, well, I think that's the idea, is that they're hoping that they'll do this again. But I mean, the next 3 will be standard.
Well, you never know, Megan. Maybe somebody's going to come up with something great in standard. I'm hoping for an Eldrazi deck.
Yeah, who knows?
GP Houston is coming up.
That's right. You'll be able to say hi to us there.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
We'll be working it.
We working it. Like,
yeah. Well, like 9 to 5, except
what
we're
a way
not
to make living.
We're not going to put a body in our trunk.
Nope.
We're not going to kidnap a boss.
No.
We're not going to shoot a gun.
No.
Well, it's Houston, so who knows?
You never know. I might rope somebody and tie him up like a...
That's right.
Like a pig, like a hog.
Yeah. I mean, I might dress like Dolly Parton.
We just recently watched 9 to 5, which is
we
why
really did.
We know so much.
Which is why we have so many references.
Somebody's like, oh my God, they know a lot about 9 to 5.
Actually, imagine if you didn't know that we, like, not knowing that we had recently watched that film. It is like, holy shit. Megan and Maria know a lot about 9 to 5.
Oh, that movie's just great, though.
What is there to not love about that movie?
Nothing.
It's great.
It's so
really
good.
is.
Anyway.
It's so great.
Dolly Parton, what a charmer.
She really was. Just that whole film is great.
Just charming.
And what's her face is 50 in it.
Yeah.
Did you know that? And
yeah.
she looks amazing.
I know. Anyway, 9 to 5.
We'll be on GP Houston. What are we talking about? GP Houston.
We're going to be there.
Modern Gauntlet. Standard.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
If you come up and say hi, we'll give you a special high five.
Yep. By that, Maria just means what
am I promised?
Normal high five, but that's really enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear that is the high five that she was talking about.
I regret everything.
All right. Hey, everybody. We're cracking this sweet pack of Oath of the Gatewatch over here.
Yeah.
And we're going to play the dating game.
The dating game. We haven't played this on Flavor Text Theater for a while.
I know. Very exciting. Ooh, look at that lovely Noah Bradley Forest.
Pretty.
All right. Let's shuffle these up
so
a little bit.
So the way the dating game works is, if you haven't watched TV, there's going to be a bachelorette or bachelor, and there's going to be 2 potential dates. And that bachelorette or bachelor asks the date some questions blind. You know, he or she does not know who the potential dates are, and at the end of the episode chooses one person to go on a date with. I always found that show kind of creepy, but...
Okay. I've got one.
Because they followed them like on their date. So are you going to be?
I'm the bachelor.
Okay, and so I'm picking how many?
2.
2.
I'm sorry I saw your rare. It's called a Gatewatch.
Oh God.
I'm really sorry.
Did you have to tell me?
I mean, I feel like it's better to know now.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up my two possible.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. They're so similar.
All right. Hello, bachelors. I just wanted to know. So I'm really into surprises. Mm-hmm. Just, things that happen just out of nowhere. So if you were gonna take me on a surprise date, what kind of date would you take me on?
Which bachelor are you asking?
Each bachelor. I want to hear the answer from both of them.
Okay. Bachelor number 1 here. Will you ask me that question again?
Yeah. Look, I really
No.
Okay.
Are you gonna pay for the date?
No.
Then no, we're not going on one.
Well, okay then.
Okay,
bachelor number 2?
I'm bachelor number 2.
You're already winning.
Bachelor number 2.
What? Excuse me?
I just threw you across the room.
Just throw me across the room?
Yes.
Now, listen, bachelor number 2, I have a question for you.
What?
Are you trying to sweep me off my feet?
I am.
Bachelor number 2, are you sweep away?
Yes! How did you get it? It was so good.
Because you picked me up and you threw me across the room, bachelor number 2. All right, bachelor number 1.
I'm still here.
Now, listen.
No.
But you, listen.
Are you going to pay me to listen to you?
Sure.
Ooh.
Do you want 1? Do I have to pay you 1?
Yes.
Fine, here's 1, okay? Listen, like I said, I really love surprises, but I'm also really into defending my friends. So if someone comes after one of my friends, sometimes I jump in there and I'm like, no, don't. You can't touch my friend, okay?
You seem to have some issues in your past.
Listen, I'm just protective of my friends.
Okay.
I'm pretty tough. Like I'm like,
all right, wall of resurgence.
No. But listen, obtrusive interference.
Oh, you got me.
Get out of here.
So she's not taking either of those.
No, I'm really sorry.
So you like surprises. You jump in and help your friend.
Exactly. I protect my friends and be like, no, you can't mess with them.
Oh, so you like dazzling reflection?
No.
No, that's not it.
Listen, I'm not very powerful, but I'm like pretty tough, okay?
So you
like I'm a pretty tough broad.
You give a toughness boost. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I myself am a pretty tough broad.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm a tough broad. I'm like medium powerful, but don't fuck with my friends.
God. So you give everybody else like...
I understand that you're put off by my appearance because I look like I'm kind of just two things kind of like sewn together in a weird way.
Who would describe themselves like that?
Someone like me.
I don't know.
I'm a void crafter.
Oh.
I really hope everyone listening could tell what I was saying.
Void crafter. Yeah, I guess I just don't think of void crafter because you'd never play it.
Yeah, well, because no one wants to be blue-green.
Okay, here, I'll take my bachelorette here.
Let's see. Do you have a good one? Okay, I'm a good one.
Sure.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Excuse me, bachelors.
Yeah?
Don't fuck with me. If you try and come at me, I will end you. That being said, if we were going to an ice cream place, what kind of ice cream cone would you buy me and why? Think carefully.
Well, okay, bachelor number 1 would just like to know, what kind of ice cream would you buy?
Vanilla.
Then I would buy vanilla. I really like taking other people's ideas.
What did you think for yourself?
I take your thoughts for myself. Hey, I'm bachelor number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I think, like, the most important thing is when you walk into that ice cream shop is to be alert, okay? Like, I'm like, even if I'm going in there, I'm also hanging back and looking. I'm going in there, I'm hanging back and looking. And I'm just gonna, like, I would ride right over. If there's anyone in line, the most important thing is we're gonna get ice cream first, because I would just roll right over everybody else. Like, I'm just going, like, I'm rolling over them, running over them. Look, we're gonna get ice cream first is my point.
Okay.
Or, I mean, but just not because I'm, like, quick, but because, like, I stomp all over everybody else.
Okay.
But, like, on the offense, but also on the defense. Like, I'm aware, but I'm hanging back.
I feel like you're vigilant.
I would call myself vigilant.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I got that.
I would.
I got that far.
Yeah.
Okay, backup question.
Yeah.
If someone was coming at me,
yeah, what
would you do?
I mean, like, maybe I already attacked them, but I'm still here and I'm still ready to protect you.
I get you have vigilance, okay. Are you the 5'4", the Tajuro Path Warden?
I am.
Yes!
I am that 5'4".
I'm so glad I got one.
To be fair, my clues about myself weren't very good.
Okay, bachelor number 1.
Yeah. Well,
someone's coming at me. What are you gonna do? Not like I can't protect myself, because I obviously can do the job myself for probably cheaper than you can do the job. But anyway.
Well, the good thing is that like I like if they're on the ground coming at you, I can get them. If they're in the air coming at you, I can get them. And
Netcaster spider.
I'm pretty I'm pretty tough. Like I'm pretty tough, but I'm only a little bit strong.
What has reach? That's only a little bit strong.
And listen, when I'm like if like my friends come along, then I will if my friends come along, then I will exile other people's shit. But just one at a time. Like for one friend, I take one of your things. For one friend, I take one of your things. Taking things when my friends come along, because I like to provide for my friends.
So you're making science.
No. I'm just taking one of your things.
You're taking one of my things.
Yeah.
And you're making friends.
Well, like just when my friends join me.
Oh, so you're like an ally?
Just when my friends join me.
Oh, God.
Other people like me.
I don't know.
Well, ask me another question.
Okay.
Tell me more about yourself.
Okay, so me, I like to cut a bitch. Thing number 1.
Okay.
Thing number 2, I will stare at you and you will turn into motherfucking stone.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, look at me right now. What would you call that? Also, you're on fire. Oh, you've turned to stone. Anyway. Do you know who I am?
No, I don't know who you are.
I'm looking at you and you're turning into fire. And if you attack me, I will destroy you.
Oh, are you an immolating glare?
Yes. That's me.
Okay, I'm a thought harvester.
Oh, I should have remembered when you said thought harvester. Oh, my friend. Oh,
I take your ideas.
Oh, you take
And when my
them.
friends come along, I take your shit.
Oh, so close. So
it's okay.
close.
It's okay. You know what? Not everyone can be happily married or happily on dates.
True.
That's the point.
Another rousing game
Of
the dating game.
The dating game. I'm sorry, Maria.
What?
No expedition.
I wanted to call back to an old segment we used to do on the show all the time.
What?
Create a card.
That's right.
We would take something we had said earlier in the episode and create a card around it.
I know.
And a listener has been going back through our archives and making a list of our create a cards for a potential cube. And I said, I don't think there's enough. And also I think it wouldn't function, but it would be kind of fun.
It definitely wouldn't function.
But
there might be enough.
What a trip down memory lane. There's art for all of these. It's great.
It's amazing.
He made, do you remember this card? Unbearable. It's an instant for for just one blue.
Yeah.
Counter target bear spell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Unbearable.
I don't remember making Romeo and Juliet.
I definitely. Oh wait, I feel like maybe I do. What's the one where everything is bears?
Oh, Bear It All.
Bear It All.
Yeah. But I don't remember like Armadillo Clock. Which is 4 colorless clock. For a 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on Armadillo Clock. Tap. Armadillo Clock deals X damage to target player, where X is the number of time counters on Armadillo Clock.
That seems like an OP card.
That card is insane.
That card's great.
I mean, I know we were trying to make a bear set at one point in our show because there's cards like
had Bear It All.
Bear It All. We have Counter Bear, which is counter target spell, and then you get a bear.
Truckle Bears.
Truckle Bears. Care Bear, which you gain 4 life for each 2/2 bear creature you control. We made Kitchen Sinks, which is kind of cute. 3 colorless. When Kitchen Sinks enters the battlefield, it becomes a copy of any other artifact.
Yeah.
Created by us.
All right.
But what about this one, Megan?
What?
Worm. It's a 1 and it's a 1/1 for a green. Okay, sorry. It costs green. It's a 1/1. Early Bird. If you cast a creature with flying that has converted mana class 3 or less, Worm becomes a worm creature with power and toughness 5/5.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, so I've made a create a card this episode in homage to our lovely listener who's making all of our create a cards.
Oh.
And I'm like wondering if I've made it before because I know that I've misspoken before and said Jace's ingenue instead ingenuity.
I think we had stopped making them by this point.
Okay.
So are you gonna make Jace's ingenue?
Yes. So you tell me what you think of this card.
Okay.
Jace's ingenue. 1 and a blue for an 0/2. Okay, just like
1
Jace.
1 and a blue for an 0/2.
Yep.
Okay.
Tap. Go find Jace. Jace enters with 1 extra loyalty counter.
Go find Jace is my favorite line of text ever. It's not search your library for a card, for a Planeswalker card, Jace.
No, go find Jace.
Go find Jace. Jace is ingenue. Go find Jace.
And you get an extra counter, so playable? I don't think so, but you can find
depends
infinite
on
Jaces.
Depends on how good Jace is. I mean, this seems like it's actually could be like OP. And
it doesn't have, you can't use it with the Jace that we have with baby. Well, not baby
what?
Jace,
It says go find Jace.
Yeah, you can, but it's not going to get the loyalty.
Oh, that's fine.
But
well, technically it'll enter the battlefield later on because when it flips, it exiles and then re-enters.
Do you think it still counts?
I think it does. You're the creator of this card. You get to decide.
I'm trying to make it within the rules, at least to some extent.
Go find Jace.
I really just wanted to write go find Jace.
Go find Jace.
Go get him. Go find Jace, girl.
I think Jace's ingenue would have to be like supposed to be a leading lady in her own right.
Yeah.
Like the young, pretty leading lady.
If you think about Romeo and Juliet, Romeo was a major wuss, and Juliet, rocked.
Yeah, she totally
was
did.
Great. She was brave. She was badass. Romeo was a whiny.
If we were remaking a Juliet card right now, it wouldn't say tap, go find Romeo.
No, it wouldn't. Like when we made them, which we did apparently at some point.
No.
Let's see. Juliet, 2 white for a 2/2. Tap, sacrifice a creature, flip Juliet, House of Capulet, and target opponent gains control of Romeo the Exiled. And Romeo is just a 2/2. Sacrifice a creature, flip Romeo the Exiled, and target opponent gains control of Juliet, House of Capulet. Huh. Weird. Dumb.
Wow.
Anyway, I have no memory of making those cards.
God, I feel like I have a vague memory of making those cards.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, everybody.
Yeah.
That's our episode.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. You deserve a treat after this. So
go
eat
a treat.
A cookie.
We've been drinking this whole episode.
Go eat an Oreo. Double stuff.
Single stuff.
Double stuff.
You don't want all that stuff when you've got some good cook.
Don't say that word.
Remember, if you want to watch the video version of this podcast, it's not illegal. You can do it on Tolarian Community College.
Yeah.
Yet. Not illegal yet.
Not illegal yet.
Where there's a lot of great videos from the professor, including ours. If I do say so myself.
It just sounds like something that you would call an Irish Catholic back in the day when we still hated Irish Catholics. And by we, I do mean we because my family is part Irish Catholic and they hate themselves too. So.
I get it. So find us on Tolarian Community College, on iTunes, on Stitcher Radio, on Twitter at MtA Cast. Shoot us an email, magictheamateuring@gmail.com. And as always, please support us on Patreon, patreon.com/MtA Cast. We're really close to our next level of goal.
Yeah, we are.
We're super close to our 400 level goal, which is new episodes of My Roommate as a Planeswalker.
Oh, snap!
So if you want Megan and me to slave away and make you some new episodes, you better go donate now.
Yep.
We would love to reach that level and make some new video content for you. I think it'll be really fun. You can also, of course, go to our shop at magictheamateuring.com and buy yourself a Good Luck High Five t-shirt. We've got plenty of sizes available now.
Yeah, we do.
And we're going to do a shipment of them pretty soon.
Sweet.
By the way, playmats are almost here.
What? They're almost literally here?
Yeah, almost literally here.
You guys check in soon for playmats.
Watch this space.
Boom.
Good Luck High Five playmats. So they'll be able to go out to our $10 supporters who have been supporting at 5 months or more consecutively. And then you can just straight up buy them off our website as well. Pretty soon, I'll send out a tweet when that happens so you don't miss it. But yeah, I'm really excited because they're going to look so great.
They're going to be amazing.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, everybody. Again, we couldn't do it without you. And we certainly also wouldn't want to because then we would be crazy people.
Yeah, I mean, arguably we are a little bit. But we'd be crazy.
Yep.
Peace out, mofos.